don't know where to start from, but I just want to thank God for you so much. Papa, thank you so much for allowing her to be here for us. I remember one time I was in a relationship whereby, in a house where there's no harmony, there's no growth. And I remember my previous job, I was supposed to go for an interview that morning, and that man woke up deliberately at 5 a.m. to lock the door so that I cannot go to the interview. I went to that interview after a taekwondo session. We fought. So, Papa, thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing her to be here for us. And I think this My Choice book should be a compulsory thing to have in this church. It should be. Because if the author has, we all see the product that the author has. So, you should know what to expect if you buy it. So, I honor the grace. And I'm just here to thank God for the settlement that He has given me in this new job. From the time I went, I remember that morning when I arrived at the Easy Court stage, I cried. I don't know why I was crying, but one thing stuck in my mind that reminded me that Mama left Nigeria all the way, all her wealth, and she came. Me here with nothing, just Kisumu here, crying. So I was like, why are you crying? And I remember I told God, may I find favor in the eyes of men that matter in this land. And true to that word, I have not hustled. My friend hosted me for a month. Imagine, I would go to work, come back, find food, find water to bathe. You can imagine, this Nairobi. She hosted me for a whole month. Stella, thank you so much. And I think that is part of the blessings why she's a millionaire today. And for all of you that know looking for a house is not easy. And I really, really had the hassle of looking for a house. And I used to remember the words that are being told that maybe someone moved from a house. You know the demons that are going to fight in that house. And I remember one time, I was so tired and I cried and I told God, the God of PDJ, may you settle me. And I remember this Thursday at lunchtime, we were having our launch branch. We were launching the new branch in Kisumu that day. And someone called me from nowhere that I didn't know. And they called me, they were like, Carol, a friend of mine has told me that you're looking for a house. And I was like, yes. And I was like, if you have time, please come to such and such a place. And I left. And when I went, I found brand new houses. And each of us that is living there, we are all new tenants. So I just find that settlement for me, it didn't come but when the grace speaks for you, a lot of things happen. The settlement that I found in that job, I have an amazing boss. He's all the way in Nakuru. He's managing us from there. And I have found amazing, amazing colleagues. Sometimes you can get into a place and then people look at you and they feel like you're a competition. They look at you as an outsider because you're not from Kisumu like them. But I just want to thank God for the grace that is really, really speaking for each one of us here. And I remember one time when I stood here, when I was going for this job, I said I'd be coming to church flying in. And let me tell you, church, at times it is a reality, not my money. It is well paid for. It is all paid for. The thought of just someone sitting down and they're like, Carol, how are you going to see the children? And I'm like, I'm going to take the night bus. And they're like, no way, you're flying back. You're flying in and you're flying out. That is the grace. And I just want to thank you so much. And I want to thank you, Elder Kaka, for one time you challenged me when I came here and said, I want to be Carol the testifier. And you stood up and said, you want to be the giver. And I went home that day and I felt like I need to change my attitude towards giving in church. Because there were times that you give in church, but when you get broke, you remember, I gave God 5,000. That 5,000 would have done 1, 2, 3. But I took that as a challenge. And let me tell you, the last 6 months of my discipline in giving in church has really given fruits. And I remember I told God, if you give me a better job, and I wrote down the characteristics of a job that I want, and God gave me even more. And let me tell you, in his word, he says, you should test me. And I told God, I'm giving you my first salary. I wasn't paid the whole salary, but I remember I gave my salary. And I told God, I am testing you on this one. Do you know the following morning, someone sent me 30,000 shillings. And I remember Mama's words here, a wavering heart does not receive from God. Thank you so much. And may God bless you. I even don't know what to say, but as for that child that is standing there, I will come back here with a testimony and say thank you.